And that was the felicitation to the Deputy Chairman who's been elected for the third term in Rajya Sabha. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi also congratulated Harivansh as being elected the Deputy Chairman of the Rajya Sabha in the Indian Parliament. He said that being elected for the third term is in itself shows a lot of confidence of the Parliament in Harivansh ji, of the House, who's been elected for the third term. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi also said that his efforts of taking everyone together has once again been approved by the Parliament today by electing him as the Deputy Chairman. He also recalled that in 1927, on the same day, we celebrate the birth anniversary of Chandrasekhar ji. He was born in 1927, and today on the same day we celebrate his birth anniversary, and this coincides with the reappointment of Harivansh ji as the Deputy Chairman is a positive sign, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said. And he said that he's not only written books on Chandrasekhar ji, the former Prime Minister of India, but always spoke about his meaningful impact across the nation. So there you heard the leader of the opposition, Mallikarjun Kharge, then Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and after that the representation of DMK spokesperson felicitating the Deputy Chairman. And to get you more on this, I'm joined once again by TD India correspondent Vishal Paristo. Vishal, good morning. Now, being reappointed for the third time in Rajya Sabha definitely shows a lot of confidence in the kind of work he has always undertaken when we talk about Harivansh ji as the Deputy Chairperson of the Rajya Sabha, isn't it?
Well, absolutely, Deepika. This is the third consecutive time, and he has been elected unopposed, and this shows the confidence that the House has in him. And also you heard the leader of opposition, and he also made it very clear that the way you've been conducting yourself, the way you've been conducting the House shows that you and the House both have equal confidence in each other, and I wish that under you the opposition would get more chance. He also praised the conduct of Harivansh and also congratulated him. You heard the Prime Minister, he said that today is 17th of April, and today is also the birth anniversary of the former former Prime Minister, I beg your pardon, Chandrasekhar. And Harivansh ji has been a very close follower of Chandrasekhar. He also was born in the village of Jayaprakash, and we know what the JP movement did to the Indian democracy. So Prime Minister appreciated his role. He also said that India is a young country, and I would like to underline that Harivansh ji has been a very prominent and very vocal about the youth of this country. In fact, he has participated in 350 functions and programs of colleges, and he is always trying to raise the self-confidence of the youth. So the Prime Minister also applauding the role of Harivansh, and he also spoke about his education from Kashi, which is Varanasi. So in a way, both the opposition and the Prime Minister appreciating his role, and definitely it's a very, very big achievement for Harivansh.
And we remember the day when he was retiring, Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed all the fellow parliamentarians who were retiring, and Harivansh ji was one of them a few days ago. And he had tears in his eyes, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi on that day also praised him a lot, spoke a lot about his body of work, and spoke a lot about the way he conducts himself, as you rightly mentioned. But now again the third term, and one of the DMK leader also said that they are expecting that he may continue another term, which will make another record, being the fourth for the fourth time being the Deputy Chairman. How important it becomes for a democratic nation that always goes under rigorous exercises. It's not only about conducting a parliament, but also about conducting elections in a democratic setup and managing the House, running the House in a proper manner, considering the fact that all the disciplines are in place every time, and there is a positive outcome.
Well, absolutely, because if you remember, the Prime Minister, when he was appreciating the role of Harivansh as the Deputy Chairman while he was retiring as member of the Upper House, he said that he spoke at length about his role, and he also gave a hint that some of them would also be back. If you remember, Deepika, the Prime Minister went on record saying that some of them would be back, and everybody was thinking that yes, Harivansh might come again, and today is the day. And Prime Minister also went on to say that under the deputy chairmanship of Harivansh, we have seen how the upper house of the parliament has achieved new heights as far as the democratic values of the country are concerned.
Now, today is also a very important day because this is a special proceeding which is taking place in the Parliament for 3 days, the 16th, 17th and the 18th. Tomorrow is the last day of it and 3 special bills have been introduced. Today, the voting procedure is expected at 4 o'clock according to the Indian Standard Time. How important it becomes a day when we talk about the voting procedure and what are the expectations that we have?
Well, Deepika, we've seen it has been a very long day yesterday, and the proceedings in the lower house went up to past midnight, and it was a very long discussion. The opposition is still continuing with its narrative. They see it as a north-south divide. We have seen when this was introduced, tabled in the House, so around 40% of the members of the House, they had voted against it, and today we are expecting the voting to take place at 4 p.m. So it is not going to be an easy ride. The Prime Minister has tried his level best. He also went on to say that women of the country have never forgiven those who have denied them their rights, those who have denied justice to them, and also the Home Minister explaining in detail. State-wise, there are 5 states in the south who have been objecting to this 33% reservation, and Congress also asking for a 33% reservation from within the present membership, which is 543. So it is yet to be seen how things come out, but as far as the government is concerned, they still need to gather around 67 votes. So if they are successful, it would be great. If they are not, then definitely the government would, especially the NDA allies led by the BJP, would take it to the electorate. We know that elections are there, I beg your pardon, in Tamil Nadu and also in West Bengal. So they would take this to the people and say that, look, we wanted to give justice, we want to give rights to the women, but the opposition has denied it.
When any of the parties sit in the parliament, it becomes a national matter, Vishal. And when we talk about such a decision that totally, talks about women reservation bill and giving the right to women, giving a 33% reservation to them so that their voices can be heard, their voices can be brought into the parliament so that they become an integral part of policy making. This is what the Prime Minister have been saying. But despite all the facts, the opposition has been saying that there are concerns about delimitation, there are concerns about how the seats will be allotted after the delimitation, and hence the uproar against it, which is creating a hindrance in passing this particular bill. But when we talk about the nation, any state concern is nothing in front of a national concern, and giving right to women is beyond any of the state concerns. Then why this protest? Why these concerns? Because Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Union Minister Amit Shah, both of them addressed the parliament and they also ensured that there will be no injustice to any of the states in any form.
Well, absolutely, they have tried their level best. In fact, it all started off in 2010 when UPA tried to bring 33% reservation. They first started off with the upper house of the parliament. There it had to face a lot of opposition, and it is all about caste politics, Deepika. Parties like Samajwadi Party and the Rashtriya Janata Dal, even then they had opposed it, saying that it is against the OBC quota. There has to be an OBC quota. And it is, they were asking for quota within quota, 33% reservation, then you have SC, ST, then you have OBC. So in a way, they never wanted this reservation for women. And from 2010 to 2026, we have come a long way. And if you remember, the first woman president of the country, Pratibha Patil, had also written a letter to the Prime Minister, which is also in public domain. She has also appreciated the role and leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, saying that this is a welcome step, because it was during her tenure when this bill was produced in the upper house of the parliament, but it never went to her because the lower house could not see this bill, as the government neither had the number nor had the will to present it in the lower house. So it is quite an interesting situation. On one hand, the census is already on, the elections are already on, and the opposition is continuing with its narrative despite all the possible explanation given by the Prime Minister, by the Home Minister. The Prime Minister also saying, and also going on record saying that I give you my word that you are not going to lose. It is a win-win situation for everybody. But for mere politics, please do not deny justice to the half of the population of the country, and women have that right.
All right. Thank you so much, Vishal, for joining us and getting us those important updates straight from the Parliament on the felicitation of Deputy Chairman of the Rajya Sabha and also on the upcoming voting on the 3 bills for which the special session is in place.